recipe for success. We don't need science, make something good tonight. We're all in the kitchen, gonna show you what we got. Full of the spice of life, we're stirring up the pot. We're cooking without looking. Cooking without looking. Yeah!
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to the Cooking Without Looking TV show. I'm your host, Alan Preston. Sylvia?
And I'm your co-host, Sylvia Stinson-Perez. Welcome, everyone. Alan, can you believe that it's December and we're at our final episode for the year?
Oh, wow, that sure is amazing, Sylvia. And, even though I miss Annette, there's a lot of really good things that have happened this year. One of the most amazing things is that you have become a permanent part of our show, and you have published your book.
Thank you, Alan.
Treading the waters. Treading the waters of life. Hey, I got bad eyesight. What can I say?
But you can tread the waters of your life. There you go.
Yes.
Well, it's a delight to be here with you. So thank you.
Well, today, Sylvia, we're welcoming Chef Rick from Unseen Cuisine. He's going to prepare the Bronx Street Shish Kabobs.
But before we get started with that, we always want to remind you that all of us on the Cooking Without Looking show are blind or low vision. So let's welcome Chef Rick.
Yes.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Chef Rick. I'm from Unseen Cuisine. I founded Unseen Cuisine to help people who have low vision, no vision, or people who are disabled or just want to up their game in cooking. I founded this so I can help teach through sensory, not through vision. Now, a little bit about me. I was blinded by a chemical accident at work 2.5 years ago. And my sight hasn't returned. I was being told that I would never see it again because of the injury that I sustained. So with that, I just didn't want to sit home and do nothing. I was a chef before that for 29 years, and I was also a nursing student when this accident happened. So I thought to myself, I want to eat. I need to eat. I have a severe dairy allergy, and nobody can just cook for me. So I said, why not get up off the couch? I tried being depressed. It didn't work for me. So being active was something that was really important to me. So cooking and showing people how to cook is a love of my life, just teaching people.
That's great, Rick. Now, Chef Rick, you're going to make today Bronx Street Shish Kabobs.
Yes.
And we did a little bit of research to find the origin to shish kebabs. Actually, I've been eating them since I was in Boy Scouts. And I'm an old guy. Well, anyway, this is what we found. Shish kebabs originated in the Middle East, particularly among the Turk nomads, the modern-day Turkey and Persia. I think that's Iraq, isn't it? Persia is Iraq? I'm not sure. I can't remember. Anyway, they're evolving from a practical method for the soldiers to cook small pieces of meat on swords over a fire. Sort of what we did in Boy Scouts, too, only we didn't have swords. They used the scarce fuel very efficiently to cook those little pieces of meat. And the name comes from the Turkish, sis, and that means skewer, and kebab, which means roast beef, or roast meat, So, signifying that it was skewered roasted meat, a technique that spread via the Ottoman Empire with ancient roots in skewered meats found in Byzantine and Hamitic times. Homeric times? Did I read that right? I guess I did. I'm not familiar with the Byzantine.
They've
Anyways,
been around a long time. That's the thing.
yeah. I think they were
Oh,
brand new when I was in Boy Scouts. I'm that old.
and Chef Rick, I was wondering, are your shish kebabs, your street shish kebabs, are they any but similar to the Puerto Rican pinchos, which you can find on the streets of New York? And I believe I've gotten some there before.
Yes, it is very,
Okay.
very similar
Okay.
because the shish kebab, to me, growing up in the Bronx, has like some significance because we always, me and my mother, my brother, sister, we always went to this one place on Fordham Road, and they knew us since we was babies. The guy who ran the shop, the little cart, and
Mm-hmm.
to do this and then to remake it, puts me in touch a little bit with my mother.
Um,
We love spicy food. We've done a lot, and then now I think his son runs the cart. I'm not too sure, but this
wow.
this is very much nostalgia for me.
Nice. Well, let's get to it. Let's get to making these shish kebabs.
All right, all right. So again, my name is Chef Rick, and the way I cook and how I teach is through sensory because I can't see anything, but everything I can touch, feel, smell, taste, that that lets me know when the food is done, how the food is done, and things like that. Now, I have, and also one thing that is very, very, very important for the blind community and everybody is to have organization in what you do.
Yeah.
You want to
Absolutely.
have everything. It's called in culinary school. It's called mise en place. Mise en place is the order of readiness. So, especially as a blind person, if you don't have everything in different sections around you, you're not going to know where anything is. My kitchen. I put the kitchen together, myself. Kitchen was already built though, but I have braille, I have bump dots, I have everything in the kitchen to tell me where everything is. So when I go into the kitchen, I know if I'm picking up flour. If I go to the microwave, I know what numbers to press because everything is blind friendly and everything in my house talks to me. So this recipe, I'm gonna do it in 3 different steps. We're gonna start it. I'm gonna show you what it looks like during the middle. We're gonna cut up some vegetables. We're gonna smell some spices. Then you're gonna see the end product. The end product. So let me jump right in it. So Bronx shish kebab, a tactile clue. Let me grab some gloves. I always talk about tactile clues when I cook. Tactile clues is a lot of things that you can touch or taste. So I have some. What do I got? I got some tenderloin, and I cut up the tenderloin earlier to about 1 inch chunks, 1 inch. And then when you feel the tenderloin, it feels smooth. It feels smooth, tough, and it feels like meat. You smell it, it should smell like good beef. It shouldn't smell too bloody. It shouldn't smell rancid, and it should have a nice red color on it. Now, next is we're going to season it. Now, the seasonings are set up so I know which ones are which. Like this is garlic, onion, paprika, seasoned salt, sazon, and cumin. But you want to make sure that if you're not sure where you put everything, let's say you forgot, you want to make sure you smell what you're putting in it. Like this is a half a teaspoon of onion powder. This is half a teaspoon of garlic powder.
I'm assuming you're using your nose there. Am I right?
Yeah, what do you think I was
Okay.
using? My tongue?
I can't see it too well. I'm also
Oh, yeah.
curious about how you cut stuff up without cutting fingers off.
Oh, I'm going to show you that. Okay, this is smoked paprika. This is seasoned salt. I use Larry's. Love Larry's. And then this is sazon.
What is
And say again.
what is sazon?
Sazon is a flavor enhancer. It's a Spanish flavor enhancer. You can find it anywhere in the stores. A lot of people don't like it because it has MSG. That's one of the first ingredients. But when I tell people remember back in the days when grandma used to make chicken and she used to put accent on it? Everybody like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves accent. Accent is pure MSG. So
That's interesting.
that's a flavor enhancer. So is Saison. It goes into stews, flavor up everything, and it gives it a color, which
I knew it gave it the color. Uh-huh.
Okay.
And then this is cumin. So I got everything. And another thing you want to do after you use everything that you're supposed to for a recipe, you want to just take it off the table.
Put it away. I love it.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then you want to just mix this together. I like a dry mix. I like a dry rub rather than a wet one, or because my kitchen is so small, and then when I put anything on, it starts popping everywhere. So a lot of my meats, I love dry rubs and then just let it sit. Now, this is going to sit for about, let's say, 5 minutes before you skewer it, and then before you put it on the in your skillet. Today, I'm using a cast iron skillet. This shish kebab could be made on a grill. If you go to the streets of New York, it is on a grill outside in the little boxes, the carts, which gives it excellent flavor. So I have a cast iron grill pan, but I thought this was easier for me. So this is already seasoned. We're going to put this away. All right. Next, this is what it should look like when it is seasoned, when it's on a skewer, and it's ready to get into a pot. You guys can see that? Nice red color, nice flavoring. And then what I like to do, instead of adding a lot of oil, is I have two things I use at home for another blind accessory. This is oil that you can spray, and then you lift up the top. It's oil you can pour in the pan. So this is one of my best friends here because I can spray the pan and not put too much oil on it. But for me, I always like in a restaurant, we call this a can of nothing because this is Pam. Normally, Pam doesn't have nothing in it. So it's just like aerosol oil. I call that, you know. So I would spray these.
Are you spraying the kebabs themselves?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what's going to make them crispy, right?
Make them crispy. And then also, it's what makes them crispy is how hot the pan is. So your pan got to be really hot. Because remember I spoke to y'all about can I hear my fan? Because the fire alarms go off. Like whenever I make any type of blackened chicken, blackened fish, blackened anything, windows got to go up. The fan goes up, and then I get a call from the security asking me, "Hey, is everything all right? Should we dispatch the fire?" I'm like, "No, I'm making steak. I'm making fish." They're like, "All right, go ahead."
Other than the fire department show up for dinner.
I'll feed them all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put these in here. You want to hear that sizzle. You want to hear that sizzle. And then while that is sizzling, and also it's not popping aggressive. It's not a popping aggressive. It's just a nice sizzle, a nice hum. So you're going to get good caramelization on that.
You got that regular pan on a stove, right?
It's a cast iron pan on the stove. A regular cast iron.
Good.
So while that's happening, we want to cut our vegetables. Now, this is where it gets good. Want to make sure that you don't cut your fingers off.
Yes.
So with me, normally when I had this knife since I was in culinary school, so I know my knife. One thing you need to do when you are visually impaired, get a good knife and use that one knife.
I agree.
Let me turn these over. Get kind of, yeah, baby. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, baby.
And a sharp knife is better or safer than a dull knife.
Right. Because if you get cut with a dull knife, if you get cut with a sharp knife, it'll close more better than a dull knife. Because sometimes the dull knives are kind of jagged. So you just want to make sure your knife is sharp. Now, when it comes to onions, the onions you want to fill the onion, feel how round it is. You want to cut the onion in half, cut off the roots and cut off the tip. And then you can fill the rivets in the onion. What you want to do, you want to try to keep your hand as a bear claw. Tell everybody. Bear claw, bear claw, bear claw. So this way you can put the knife almost up to your one of your knuckles and cut. But then there's also guards. There's also other things to keep you safe. Now with the onion has rivets. If you cut in between the rivets of the onion, once you feel it, you'll cut it a lot easier and a lot smoother. So I'm gonna just cut. And then as I'm cutting, I'm moving my finger back. And then when you get to the end of the onion, you can just flip it over and you can start again.
I'm just going to say never cut an onion with the onion or the apple or anything in your hand. There are people who do that. Don't do that. Use a cutting board.
That's right.
I hear your cutting board over there.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear a wooden cutting board too.
I love my wooden cutting board. I love the cutting board. Now, you want to turn these. So on the second turn, I'm going to have to cut a little faster. So those don't overcook. Those should be medium. Now, for the tomatoes, cut the tomato in half. Tomato is smooth on the outside, and on the inside, it should feel kind of slick, kind of cool. So what you do is put your tomato down to half, and then the same way, you find the bottom of the tomato, and then you just slice straight through. Slice straight through. Now the tomato should be a little thick. Not too thick, but just a little bit. And then just keep cutting and moving your fingers back. So now you got half moons. Half moons go into the sandwich. Well, love that. Now with the jalapeno, this is a little bit tricky because sometimes some of the peppers, if you use, I like jalapenos and hotter. The oils can get on your fingers. So you don't never want to cut a pepper and rub your eyes. You don't never want to cut a pepper if you could possibly not go to the bathroom. Don't go to the bathroom because the oils are going to get on everything.
And it takes a lot to wash them off. I was making some salsa the other day and I washed my hands after and I still touched near my eye and man, but even my hands were tingling the rest of the day, even after washing them.
That is one thing I use rubber gloves with frequently is when I cut up hot peppers or handle them. I frequently buy the little cans of hot peppers to avoid that issue.
Okay. Now with the jalapeno, like with all vegetables, you want to make sure the skin is smooth and there's no bumps, there's no dips, there's no soft spots. Because if there's bumps, dips, soft spots, that means that the pepper is starting to get bad or it's bruised. Like with everything, with my tomatoes and everything, I go to the store, I peel the outside and I take the firmest one. So now with this, you want to just cut the same way in circles, but you want to try to cut it a little thinner. Try to cut it a little thinner. But if you like thicker peppers, that's you go right ahead because the thicker the pepper, the hotter it is. So you got
especially if you get the seeds.
Yeah, I love the seeds. Now, all depending on what recipe I'm using it for. Like if I'm making a salsa, pico de gallo or anything, I would cut it in half and then spoon out the seeds.
Yeah.
Take the whole rib out and then I'll dice it up. Now for the lettuce, with the lettuce should feel leafy and cool. Hold on for 1 minute. I need to wipe off my board. And then, okay. I wasn't supposed to have, but you got a lot. So another thing, you got to have a lot of paper towel.
I also just will rinse mine. I do it right by the sink, and so I can just rinse.
I do too sometimes, yeah.
Say that again. You do what? I didn't hear that. Say that one more time.
Rinse it, like just run it under the tap real quick and rinse it off.
Normally, I'm next to the sink, so this way I can just wipe it into the sink. But I have a container right next to me. I'll put the garbage in. But
great idea! I'm glad you mentioned that. That's a good idea.
but I go through a lot of paper towel. Paper towel is my friend. I should take buy some stock in Bounty.
Mhm.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to shred the lettuce for it. You want to keep the lettuce medium size. What I normally do, take some. I'll use iceberg. Iceberg got that good crunch. So I would roll the iceberg up like a blunt, and then I'll just cut it. Roll it. And then there you go. You got, I hope y'all can see that. You got
How
some
much do
shredded.
you use?
Huh?
How much for this recipe? How much did you use of a head?
Oh, no, I just cut off a little piece, like a little quarter piece of the head, and then just took a little piece to shred it because I love lettuce, so I eat a ton of lettuce on everything. A lot of people say that I eat more salad than I actually eat a sandwich. All right, so you check the table, make sure that it's clean. Always make sure that it's clean because with me, I have to touch everything. And if something don't feel right, I got to wash it off immediately. Okay, now we're going to move the knife to the back. Just rinse it off. There. Okay, now next, we're going to give this shish kebab some love. What we're going to do, we're going to get some, this is lemon juice. Get your trusty brush. I have a weight, just in case that I needed one. I'll put that over there. And then what you're going to do, I always, with me, again, everything is organization. Everything is put things where they're supposed to go. Like with me, I put all my sauces in squeeze bottles. So I know which one is which. This one is barbecue sauce because it's heavier than the freshly squeezed lemon juice. This recipe calls for freshly squeezed. So my barbecue sauce I've made myself. I like my own brand. I put brandy in it. And then I also put another one. I put vodka in it. So my barbecue sauces have liquor in it, like Jack Daniels. So you want to just squeeze on it, just like on the street. To brush it. Then you want to turn it over.
I'll bet that smells pretty good about now.
Yeah. And let that caramelize a little bit, just like on the street. And then put a little bit of lemon juice on it. Then it smokes up. Mom, don't do that to me. Please don't do that to me. No. And then you're going to take it right off after that happens. So it's nice and caramelized. So you got that good flavor on it. Next, you want to move that. I got to move my pot off the heat so it can cool down.
Are you using an electric stove or a gas stove?
I'm using an electric stove. Since I went blind, that's the only stove. That's the only stove that I could. Everywhere I went, it was always an electric stove. I couldn't get gas again. All right. So now, with that done, this is the final product. Let's move that. That is the final product. You're gonna put that in there. We're gonna move this.
Chef Rick, could you hold it up for us?
This one. This is the final product. Well, I can build it right quick if you guys want me to. This is what it looks like, and let's build it right quick. Okay. Well, we're gonna build it on this.
You can get it on the TikTok shop.
So it's really not a shish kebab, it's a sandwich.
It's a shish kebab sandwich.
Oh, a shish kebab sandwich. Okay.
Shish kebab sandwich, because normally what they would do in New York, this is how I eat it, because this is how I always got it. In New York, what they normally do is they put it on, they give it to you like this. They give it to you just like this on a stick.
Yeah.
And with a piece of bread.
Okay.
So in New York, from the street, that's exactly how they do it. Now with me, I will make a sandwich out of it because it's more.
Yeah.
It's more heartier. Because
gotcha.
I remember coming back from college. I used to drive 3 hours to get this. I used to eat 5 of them by the time I go back to college. Because all it is just meat and bread.
Yeah. And,
So,
oh, you got the lettuce, tomatoes, and onions too.
yeah. So what I'm doing is just putting it on here. You got to be careful. I put both of them on there. The max will normally give yourself about 5 or 6 ounces worth of meat. Move this. It's back here. And next, we're gonna bring back the vegetables.
What kind of bread do you eat this with?
You eat it on pita breads.
Okay, on pita bread. Okay.
Yep. Earlier, I had heated it up, so you want to put it on a warm pita bread. And then next, what you want to put on is onions. You want to add your onions. Then you want to put your tomatoes on the side. Get some nice fat ones. Side like this. And then you get some more paper towel, wipe your hands off.
I do have to say, it sounds delicious.
Oh, certainly does.
Then you get your jalapenos for that New York heat. For that New York heat. The barbecue sauce got some spices in there, some heat as well. But these guys don't belong in there. So I like to load it up with jalapenos, make it nice and hot. And then you grab some lettuce.
To cool it down.
Cool it down. Yep. And then you get a couple dashes of this bad boy just to make you mad. Got some Tabasco sauce. There we go.
Tabasco, yes.
Just to keep that New York attitude. And then if you want a little bit more lemon juice.
Alan, then you need the jar of Tums.
Actually, that hot stuff is supposed to be good for your stomach. It really is. The capsaicin or whatever it is in it.
Capsaicin, yeah. All right, and then this is it. Here go another one. 2 sandwiches.
Awesome.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I wish I was there to eat it. Hey, Chef Rick, what's your website so people can find you?
You can find me on all the podcasts, Chef Rick, Unseen Cuisine, Spotify, Apple, Amazon. You can find me on Facebook, Chef Rick, Unseen Cuisine. You also can find me on YouTube and Instagram. And the website is www.unseencuisine.com. And there you can find some blog posts, all my recipes that's on podcast. It's in paper form. So if you can't, so your reader can read it. It's very friendly for people with low vision and with no vision. And also, there's a lot of good recipes that are upscale. So it's not just regular, like a hot dog and just put some ketchup and mustard on it. No, actually taking it to the next level. Because like I said before, I don't eat out a lot, but I got to make everything. So if I'm making everything, of course, I want it more upscale. So again, check me out. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, and the website is www.unseencuisine.com.
Unseencuisine.com. Awesome. Yep. I'm going to check it out because that recipe today sounds delicious, and I bet there's a lot more on there. So thank you.
Does sound good.
Yeah.
So I know I'm going to eat this.
And I'm going to have my mouth watering over here thinking about it. So, we're here with, at the holidays and there's parties and that'd be pretty popular to party, I'm just going to say. But, it's always hard to figure out what to bring. What do I bring? Or if you're hosting something, what do I make? And so my friend Erica Kress has joined us. Erica.
Hi.
There's Erica. And we're just going to share a few kind of ideas that you might make that are simple and things that might just be fun to either have or
Mm-hmm.
bring along. So, Erica, I'm going to start with one that I think is fun and
Mm-hmm.
actually doesn't really require much cooking or any cooking, and that's creating a hot chocolate station.
Wow.
And I mean, you could just have the little hot chocolate packets or make a homemade
Mm-hmm.
hot chocolate with the cocoa and the milk, the dry milk, etc., sugar. Or you could do the one where you boil it, but having like the little station with the marshmallows and the chocolate chips and the mint chips and the candy canes. So that's kind of a fun thing to do.
Yum. And I can testify on that one as a former school teacher. We've done that in the teacher's lounge and we were like big kids. It was so much fun. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and have candy canes as stirs and like you said, the different
Mm-hmm.
size and different flavor marshmallows. Oh, now I'm hungry and thirsty. Yeah, one thing I want to mention is just saying what you might already have in your pantry or freezer. Like I know I always have almond bark. I have the chocolate one and the vanilla. And I was kind of doing a pantry clean out about a month ago, and my husband really appreciated chocolate covered pretzels.
Mm.
It doesn't matter if you have the pretzel sticks, the fat pretzels, or the tiny pretzel twist, but yeah, melt down some almond bark and toss them in. And, if you do have holiday sprinkles, sprinkle them. And it is just so festive. I mean, even if you have some half a package of Oreos or some cookies you
Mm-hmm.
didn't, weren't so fond of, toss them in some almond bark and you've got a whole new recipe.
In fact, I saw a recipe that I shared. I think I shared it on the Cooking Without Looking socials the other day, on the Facebook at least, of
Hmm.
a recipe I saw that was like that. And it was like pretzels and, oh, what is
Hmm.
that? Uh, that salty thing. I can't come up with it now. And it had
Yeah.
chocolate, and you just tossed all these different things on it, like you're
Hmm.
saying, and baked it. And yum,
Yeah.
right?
Was that trash can?
I I don't remember what it was called, but I was like, yeah, that does actually sound kind of good, because
Yeah.
it brought in the sweet and the salty, and
Hmm.
yeah. Another thing that I think is super easy and
Hmm.
super versatile are dump cakes. And I
Hmm.
mean, I mean, those have been around since I was a kid. I remember making
Hmm.
those as a teenager. But now, like, you can be so creative. If you want one that looks really holiday, you can just get like a white cake mix and a can of cherries,
Hmm.
put that on. But then you got to bring it to the next level.
Yeah.
Coconut and chocolate chips, baby.
Wow.
Yum.
Right?
Yum. And yeah, again, going to your pantry, see what you already have on
Mm-hmm.
hand. Maybe you have a can of peaches. I know I've done this where I had, can of peaches and some frozen blueberries. So I'm like, I'm gonna do a peach and blueberry dump cake.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a hit. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Say, I'm kind
Yeah.
of curious. Can you guys do these in one of those old easy bake ovens? You remember the kind with a light
No,
bulb?
but you know what you can do it in? The any day cookware.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Wait a
You can
minute,
do
you
it
Yep.
in
could?
any day cookware.
Yep.
Can you
Even
really?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Sylvia, even if we're on a women's retreat, a blind women's retreat, and all we have is a pat of butter, a stick, a soda can, and a box cake mix. Sylvia whipped up a cake for dessert.
Mm.
What
Yeah,
else you got, Erica?
yeah, I'm thinking, I think sh Chef Rick made me think of this. I know I have frozen meatballs, and he was talking about different sauces. Frozen meatballs in the
Mm-hmm.
crock pot with Heinz
Mm-hmm.
57 sauce. And Sylvia, you might like this. I might have to borrow some of your marmalade, any kind of jelly or
Mm-hmm.
marmalade, dump it in, let it heat up a few hours, and that is a yummy potluck go-to. So
Mm.
whether it's grape jelly, I probably would stay away from strawberry, but any
Right.
mango preserves, orange, all those. Heinz 57 sauce. It sounds crazy, but it's so good.
I hadn't heard of that. That I might have to give it a try.
Yeah,
Up
especially with your
and
homemade
jelly or
preserves.
jam.
Yeah, I think it's with
Weird.
jelly jam, whatever you have, whatever you find.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
By the way, I will tell you, since you mentioned my
mhm.
marmalade,
Yeah.
yesterday, Renee is going to be excited about this too. Yesterday, I did canning by myself for
Hmm.
the first time ever.
Interesting.
I used this
Oh.
fancy machine that now I'm getting one for Christmas that's fully accessible.
Nice.
Yes, and I made a ton of Satsuma marmalade. Cheese balls. So I'm thinking now I got all
Hmm.
this marmalade.
Hmm. Need some more savory. Yeah.
So, no, but I'm thinking, a cheese ball with maybe some pineapple, and you pour some
Mm.
marmalade
Hmm.
over that, or
Hmm.
some cranberry sauce for the holidays.
Yum, yes. But
Yes.
you are kind of reading my mind. I'm like Steve Urkel here. You got any cheese? I want cheese all the time. I was really
Mm-hmm.
excited. My local grocery store had the 8 ounce bag of cheese cubes on sale for like $2 plus 50 cents off. So I grabbed one of each variety, and I'm going to just make a really yummy and delicious cheese plate or cheese board, whatever you want to call it,
Uh-huh.
for under $5. So
Yeah, nice.
yeah, I know in my freezer I already have olives. I have some salted nuts in the pantry, again, using what I have. And I'm pretty sure if I look far enough in the fridge, I might have some, sweet or sour baby gherkins. And that's going to be just a gourmet tray that didn't cost me more than $5 or $6. So,
You know what else goes great with the cheese tray though?
hmm,
A little splash of honey.
yeah, I've
Oh, I
seen that.
love honey. You even jellies will work, but honey
Hmm.
on cheese, too
So a little
good.
drizzle.
Geez, interesting.
That is next level, Sylvia.
It
That's
is,
why.
but it's delicious. And
Great.
going with the shish kebab thing, it made me
Hmm.
think of caprese. Someone brought to my house for a party. They had the little cubes of
Hmm.
mozzarella cheese. They had a toothpick with the little cube, and then they put a little leaf of basil, and then they put the little
Hmm.
cherry tomato. Those were
Hmm.
delicious. How easy is that? And
Yes.
and I will say one more really thing. Okay. It might not sound delicious, but it is addictive. Okay. Someone brought this to my house. They bought a bag of dates, like pitted
Hmm.
dates. They slit a little slit in them and put cream cheese in them. It's
Yeah.
addictive. It's addictive.
Yeah. I would even maybe stick like a pecan in there.
I was thinking to flavor my cream cheese maybe with a little honey, like some
Hmm.
flavored honeys that I have.
Hmm.
Oh, I
Or
like the idea of the
salted cream
pecan too.
cheese. I've done it before. Wonderful.
Mhm.
Yum.
You got anything else, Erica, now that we've shared all these fabulous ideas?
Well, I have to be Blind Latina Barbie and mention, I was a little festive today. I put on a sparkly silver headband and I'm wearing a green top. So, dress up. You don't want to just dress up your table, dress yourself up too.
Awesome, Erica.
Tis the
Thank
season
you.
to be festival.
Yes, be as festive as you want your event to be, right?
Absolutely. That sounds wonderful. Well, Renee, could you please draw that lucky name for this week's winner of the Any Day Gourmet Microwave Cookware? Are you there, Renee?
Oh, I'm here. I'm here. Just a
Oh, you're
second.
drawing. You're busy drawing. That's why you're not
I'm I'm removing people here.
talking.
And oh, of course she starts to bark. Anyway, let me see. Let me
No, I
pin
think that was
me.
Any Day Gourmet
I,
Microwave Cookware.
I always forget to pin me. So here's the gourmet cookware, some of it anyway. And here are all the people in there. And um, okay, here it is. Let's see who the lucky person is. Allison Arbuckle. Allison?
Yes, I'm here. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
yay!
You won.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
So just email me your address and I will send it on to, you've got my email, right?
Yes, I think I
Okay.
have your email address written down.
And if you don't, you can always message me, but just send me your mailing address and then I send it off to Kayla at the Anyday Cookware Company. And we've got several people here with it. Erica, one day soon, and Alan, one day soon.
Someday soon. Well, congratulations,
And
Allison.
Ricky's got his
I'm
already.
sure you're going to enjoy that. I hear it's great.
I'm so excited.
You'll have to come on and make something with it.
Oh,
Yes, come
awesome.
on and join us on our show one day.
That
All right.
That would be great.
And thank you to our chef, Rick. And thanks to all of you for joining us on the Cooking Without Looking TV show. Cooking Without, why do they get doubled? Anyway, Sylvia?
Okay. If you would like today's recipe or to view past shows or recipes, go to our website, www.cookingwithoutlookingtv.wordpress.com. Alan.
And if you would like to enjoy today's show or past shows, please go to our Cooking Without Looking YouTube channel. Please remember to press like and subscribe and share.
You can also check out the Cooking Without Looking podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio, or anywhere you get your favorite podcast. Also available on Alexa devices and the Victor Reader. Alan.
And if you would like to help us out, you can donate to Vision World Foundation to help us on our mission to change the way we see blindness. Just go to our website at www.cookingwithoutlookingtv.wordpress.com and click on the PayPal link near the top of the page. Or for more information, you can call area code 305-200-9104. Sylvia?
And we want to wish all of you a happy holiday. And I want to say a special thanks to Renee for all of her hard work to make this show happen and the podcast and the website. Thank you, Renee.
Thank you guys for being a part of it.
and
we wouldn't exist without you guys, without anyone, So thank you.
Happy holidays, everybody.
On behalf of all of us, happy holidays, and come back in January for the next show.
All right, happy holidays.
Bye.
And don't forget to order your official Cooking Without Looking apron.
You can't get it by Christmas, but you can get it by Valentine's Day.
You'll get it for the Three Kings Day.
I don't think you can get it for Three Kings either. That's too soon.
Double-click to enter full screen mode.
What?
Billy Renee Rentmeester screen.
You want to see what we do best? We got the recipe for success. We don't need sight to make something good tonight. We're all in the kitchen, gonna show you what we got. Full of the spice of life, we're stirring up the pot. We're cooking without looking. Cooking without looking. Yeah!
Bye, everyone. Happy holidays.